This is tutorial video number 6, and it's on schedule tracking. This tutorial video will present 1. How to track tasks and deliverables, and 2. How to track permits. Directive requirement number 6 states that task level progress is tracked regularly. This requires tasks to be actively tracked by percentage complete. You do this by selecting a task and clicking on the percentage complete in the schedule ribbon. For example, I've been working on the PPI form for about a month, so I update the percent complete by clicking the 25% button. Now once I've completed the task, there are 2 things I'm going to do. The first step is to hyperlink the task deliverable to my schedule. To do this, I save my PPI document to ProjectWise. Saving documents to ProjectWise instead of our local network is essential for document sharing with staff working from home, with consultants, the FHWA, municipalities, and everyone else that doesn't have access to our local network. If I click on the PPI file and highlight the ProjectWise address bar, I can right-click and select Copy. Next, I go to my schedule and right-click the PPI task and select Hyperlink. I right-click in the address bar and select Paste, and then OK. Now if I hold down my Control key and left-click the hyperlink icon, I will be brought to the PPI document in ProjectWise. Although document tracking is not a requirement in the directive, it is an immensely helpful tool that can assist project teams on sharing critical information. The second component of tracking my task is to mark the task as 100% complete. I can do this by clicking the 100% button. Now you can see there is a check mark in the task indicator column and the Gantt chart bar is filled in. To track actual start and actual finish dates, scroll to the right. In this example, let's say I completed the PPI task today. I click on the actual finish cell and enter in today's date. Notice that the duration cell and the finish cell recalculated their values and are now highlighted in blue. Also notice that the successor tasks did not recalculate their values, and there is now a gap in between Prepare and Submit PPI and Prepare and Approve RPM where no work is being completed. There is also a calendar icon in the task indicator column. This is due to my previous action in tutorial number 4, where I used the planning wizard to set the start date of Prepare and Approve RPM. To avoid this issue, I highly recommend manipulating durations instead of start and finish dates. To remove this setting, double-click on the task and click the Advanced tab. In the Constraint Type drop-down, select As Soon as Possible. Take a minute to review the other types of constraints. When ready, click OK. Now you can see the calendar icon is gone, and that all successor tasks have shifted start and finish dates, and there is no longer a gap where there is no task scheduled. So to reiterate, I recommend setting up your schedule by using the duration cell, not the start or finish date cells. By setting up task durations in this manner, you can then use the actual start and actual finish date columns to better track your schedule during the life of your project. I also highly recommend using hyperlinks to track important documents for future reference. Project permits are quite often a critical driver in failing to deliver a project on time. For this reason, the directive states, each permit required for a project shall be scheduled and tracked as separate activities. At this point in my project, I've evaluated bridge inspection reports and believe a full replacement is necessary. I've submitted and received my permit needs determination form, and my project will likely need flood management certification. Now you can see in the schedule that permits are to be tracked in 2 tasks. The first is Prepare and Submit permits to regulatory authority, and the second is regulatory authority review and issuance of permit. So to track the flood management certification, I rename the Permit A summary task name to Flood Management Certification. I coordinate with hydraulics and drainage to determine a duration estimate of 3 months for preparation and 4 months for review. The PNDF also reported that I will require an Army Corps of Engineers Connecticut General Permit. I know that I can submit my general permit for review once the flood management certification is approved. Therefore, I rename Permit C ACOE General Permit. I select Permit C instead of Permit B because the submission task has a finish-to-finish task relationship. I then consult with OEP, and they confirm the durations of 2 and 6 months to be fair estimates. Now I should state that there are always unforeseen problems on every project, but doing your best to collect this information during the project initiation phase will help estimate more accurate milestone dates. Next, it would be good practice to coordinate with the Office of Rights-of-Way, Utilities, and other support units to fine-tune the schedule as much as possible. Once this is all done, I'm ready to submit my preliminary schedule via the RPM. This concludes tutorial number 6. Hopefully you now have a better idea of how to track your tasks and deliverables. I should note that remarks in this tutorial regarding coordinating with other units is meant to highlight good project management practices and are not a direct requirement presented in the Design Scheduling Directive. Please proceed to tutorial video number 7 to learn how to baseline your schedule and transition into preliminary design phase.